I guess there is one piece of news you can go through, the one that really mattered. So HoYoverse unleashed 30 minutes of an upcoming open world game called Varsapura. It showcases a character who's joining the company called SEAL, and you go through like a bunch of corridors where psychic stuff and ghosts pop up. You kind of have to attack them so that you can clear the area. You're trying to get rid of this thing called Mind Rot, and to do that, you gotta go in the room, kill off any black substances and black enemies and whatnot, creatures. You gotta fight with your umbrella attacks and your psychic attacks. And yeah, they showcase a lot of gameplay, a lot of driving around, and you go to one location and you have like a team of 3 attacking a bunch of monsters. You can do sneak attacks. You got the character, the umbrella. You've got another woman who fights, I think her name is Sayuki. She fights with a bunch of books. She actually slams you down with reports and notes and ledgers and shit. That's pretty funny. And you've got like another character who fights with a giant mace. Very colorful punk rock kind of woman who fights with a mace. All the tag team attacks and whatnot in the open world. Really, really fun stuff. They're using the Unreal... HoYoverse is using the Unreal Engine, and they have a lot of... it looks kind of semi-realistic. Kind of reminds you of Jump Ultimate, that shitty fighting game with the half anime, half realistic aesthetic. I believe Varsapura is trying this out with its new style of rendering. So rather than being the colorful game like with past HoYoverse games, you've got this one where it's open world, kind of realistic, not as colorful. In fact, it's actually emulating a Remedy's Control. I'm getting a lot of Control vibes from the fighting and everything, and the way the Shadow Man popping up, and the perspective and the fighting, and the way everything just feels off kilter and very secretive and everything. And then when you get to the open world, the entire map is basically Singapore, right down to the signs, the locations, and everything. It is, yeah, Varsapura, Singapore. I think that's the correlation right there. Maybe the place you're at is called Varsapura. It's Singapore, but changed to Varsapura. When you look at the landscape, especially when you look at the sunset at the title credit of the video itself, that is the Ferris wheel and everything, MBS. That is Singapore itself. This entire landscape is Singapore. This HoYoverse game is probably going toe-to-toe with something like Ananta, another open world game from NetEase, which I played, Tokyo Game Show. That's also pretty fun as well. That and this Varsapura, I think, will it be? It might be a 2027 release. Let's just say that. But in terms of like what they want to showcase for playables, there might be an alpha end of next year. The actual beta will be the following year. I mean the public beta, as in like open beta. That will probably be on 2027, early 2027. We'll see. That's a lot of games that HoYoverse is juggling. But so far, this looks very, very promising. I like the action and whatnot. Will this be a paid game? That's really hard to tell. I mean, you gotta wait until there's official announcements and, where they got the pressing happening next year for this, definitely. And you gotta see how that goes. So, in the meantime, it's very, very, very interesting how this is actually laid out. Like, you've got a lot of action going on, the open world and the exploration. Very, very promising. Main character is probably voiced by Sharami Lei, personified Makoto, the one that's looking for a job and got the application for SEAL. It's this will be a good effort, especially from the Singapore side of things. Shanghai and Singapore are making this particular title, so this would be a big one, definitely. Will the press tour, or maybe it might be in Singapore? Actually, that'll make a hell of a lot of sense if the actual invite will be done in Singapore. Like a little press hands-on demo thing. Invite everyone around just to go for that. Yeah. This would be a very good opportunity. Yeah. Beyond that, so HoYoverse might have a bit of a hit on your hands. Looks very, very promising. Really liking the setting so far. Half realistic and whatnot. Will it be in different countries? I think they should just focus on Singapore. It's like a big area in itself for not. The culture and the food and whatnot. Really, really good setting. And, some nice horror, spy, sci-fi stories can cram in this fantasy world and fantasy setting and whatnot. So we'll expect to hear more in 2026 and definitely 2027. Like I said, I predict the open beta is probably early 2027. And this might be a paid game, but that's a far off reach. We'll see. It'll still be a F2P title. If you're going to showcase characters, you get to buy and purchase. Whatever results they got from Zenless Zone Zero might affect how Varsapura's microtransactions and business model will be. But Asian games, yeah, definitely free to play. So we'll see how that goes. But there is a console-like action game feel to it, so maybe they could change their minds. We'll see. I think that's it from us. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will be doing more updates like this every week as usual. If you like our content, do subscribe to us. We post new content every week. Thanks again for putting us at 150,000 subscribers. Do check out our awesome work. If you want to support local Malaysian game coverage in video form or written form, or Twitter or Facebook or Twitter form, I said Twitter twice, do check us out on our YouTube channel. Yes, so subscribe to us. We do awesome work. Thanks for the support. We're doing more reviews and everything. And that's it. See you then. Bye bye.